Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2 of the Mario's Hard Espresso series at Eagle Rock. This is your one half of your commentary team, Mr. X Windy, also joined by my man, the one and only Mr. Keith the Jones 430. How are we doing today?
Bro, Eagle Rock, again. Some of the most exciting racing happens here. I'm so pumped, dude. This is going to be a great night of 125 laps around Eagle Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a great run here. It was last season. We had Oso almost get Joey Logano'd last time we ran here by one spork, but managed to sneak out the win. Unfortunately, not here tonight. But you know, it's always fun to crown a new winner at these new races. I'll say that.
I completely agree, man. The finish last season between Oso and Spork, the bump and run, it was epic. I'm so hopeful that we will see that again.
Absolutely. Well, without further ado, we are just about a minute left in our practice for our drivers here. Let's go ahead and let's bring up the pre-qualifying times. Let's do that. Let's check these out. Apologies for the smallness on this, ladies and gentlemen, but we're working with what we can. So we're going to start off, Mikey sitting on pole. This was talked about in the pre-race show. A 25.017, and right behind him is Gavinator with a 25.018. Now, these are pretty quick times, but we have seen people run in the 24s here. Possibly these times are, a little bit mistaken due to tire rubber and whatnot, or just picking the wrong line. But Keith, these are pretty quick times.
Yeah, man. I mean, a 25 flat in qualifying is rarely seen. You have to be hitting all of the right marks. You have to have rubber on the track. You've got to have stuff dialed. So, I mean, it's really impressive where these guys are getting to right now.
Absolutely. The last thing that I would like to talk about before we go into qualifying is that 22nd spot from Mr. Rick. 25.57. Not the fastest time from him, not the slowest time that he probably could have had, but definitely a big problem for him starting in the back today. Obviously did not have a great, start at Daytona, finished 11th, and was, on the ropes here for this week, being able to not have good braking sectors and whatnot. Rick is going to have a tough time getting to this pack. But we are going to go ahead. We are about 30 seconds out from qualifying. Now, how qualifying for this race is going to be different than how we did at Daytona. Last week, we went off the pre-qualifying times. Now we are moving for the rest of the season based off of championship points. So
championship
what we will
points,
see,
yes.
Yeah, so what we will see first is current champ points leader Grizz. He will be up front for this race. Well, starting out at least.
Let's take a look at those. Let's take a look at those championship standings.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at those standings. Here we go.
Dude,
So
seeing
Grizz
Grizz on the top, like, that's so crazy.
Yeah. The Ford Mustangs were definitely a force to be reckoned with at last week's Daytona race, but I mean, Jump Mikey, Andy, only one Ford in the top 5. That's got to be threatening for some of these drivers.
100%, man. Like, Jump, seeing him up top, seeing Mikey up top. Mikey really hunting for that win. You said it in the pre-race show. You were talking about Mikey being a standout for today.
Yeah, absolutely. Mikey is going to be the problem child today. Almost guaranteed to have a good race today. I mean, qualifying on pole, I mean, being the fastest driver out here and, you know, looking to hunt for a championship, I mean, he's got to be in the right spot.
100%, man. Speaking of which, it does look like Grizz is rocking a new scheme this week.
Does seem that way. Let's see how that looks.
So what we're seeing right now is we're seeing everybody get lined up on the backstretch in order of championship standings. So right now we've got Grizz getting ready to jump on track to do his qualifying, and everybody's getting lined up right behind him in reference to the graphic that you saw earlier. This is the we're starting out with Grizz, then Jump will be going right behind them. That way, we're able to just keep everything moving. Takes a second to get everybody situated, but we are getting there.
We're going to see what these guys qualified. Yeah, we're going to go over the standings real quick. Grizz obviously up in front with that nice 55 points. Jump in the back front row with -8 to Grizz. Mikey back 13. Andy back 17. Aluminum Pancake rounding out the top 5 with back 20. Rick, previous championship contender, back in 11th with -33 to Grizz. Skins back 31. Now, I will say, Keith, Skins had a good run at Daytona, was possibly on par for, you know, having most laps led at Daytona, but unfortunately just getting caught up in a lot of bad wrecks at the end. But
100%.
I think Skins will pull out a top 5 today. That is my prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Skins will get a top 5 today.
Speaking of which, what are your predictions for today? Because I remember in the pre-race show, you say that the person who you think is going to win is Mikey. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Well, I've seen Mikey, you know, dominate this track before. You know, the only thing that Mikey runs into a lot of bad luck with is cautions. That's the only problem he's got.
Yeah. Dude,
if he can have a fully clean race today without having people getting wrecked in the back, I think he's going to have a great shot to win this.
100%. And with that, we have Grizz taken to the track. So you'll see that he's on lap 1 right now. That is everybody getting staged up. He just entered lap 2, which is his setup lap to be able to actually run his qual lap, which is going to be on lap 3. If we jump,
he hit the wall.
So that's not a good setup.
That is not a good setup.
But, dude, this livery, though. I mean, Mario's Grizzly. He's got the Grizzly Bear on the back of it. The green, the orange. This is working for me, dude. Like...
Yeah, definitely.
I want to see this thing up front.
Definitely do not let your children near this car. It is fully for adults.
As he takes... This is his qualifying lap. He is running... As he crosses the line with a 25.393. Great little run by Grizz there. Putting us up to...
jumping across the line as well. 25.568.
That's his setup lap. He's currently on his qual. Yeah, he's currently on his qual lap.
Okay. Let's see how he does here. 25.5, not a bad setup. We're going to see how good he does coming out of the corner. Here he goes. 25.36. Not
current
good.
pole.
Not
right.
Not, well, I shouldn't say that. Pardon me. Pardon my French. Not a horrible lap, but also not the best we're going to see out here today, I think. As we're going to take a look at Mikey, we're going to see how good he can do here.
Mikey in that Ally Chevrolet. He's a new Mountain Dew livery for him. Ally is his normal sponsor. Mountain Dew is what he's titled this week as he runs a 25-173. Mikey is dialed today, dude.
He is dialed. He is ready to win his first race of the season.
With Andy running his qual lap.
Let's see here, what's he gonna end up on?
Dude, the return of this this Skull Bandit Mario's livery, this green and orange, he's another one that painted the wheels. It really, really works. I mean, this car looks good, looks fast.
25.33, not bad from Andy. The Toyotas are not gonna be easy to catch today.
Not easy to catch, but not as fast as the Camaros around this track. If you dive into the tuning elements of these cars, the Camaros sit the lowest, and that gives a massive advantage to the Camaro to be able to really get around this track fast. We saw that with Mikey. I think we're going to see it again here with Hawk. In that Mario's Jeff Gordon throwback, 25.346.
So around the 25.3s is where we should expect some drivers. We're going to go on board with the 25 of Blaze. That W scheme is looking amazing today. Setup of a 27-0. We're going to see where he goes. Going into turn 3, we're going to see where he ends up. The Toyotas are quick, but we're going to see how quick they really can be. We're going to see it
25-7.
now. 25-7. So currently back to the pack, but, you know, I don't expect him to be there that long.
Eucane's with the new Mario's Menards livery. He's changed his number for this race and for the remainder of the season to 0. You'll see that in the little icon on the side of his setup. He's now representing that 0. And Mario's and Menards with a 25.449.
Overall, good run from him. Here is my underdog pick today.
Stins. Interesting. In a Ford.
Yes, the Ford.
The Tree Hugger.
The Tree Huggers thing. The Tree Huggers car.
As he enters turn 3, coming around on his qualifying lap. A 25.7 is a good setup lap. That's one of the faster ones that we've seen. 25.2. That is.
I'm
second?
telling you.
Dang,
yeah,
dude. That is
for skins.
unexpected. As the Rictator takes the track in his Sport Clips, number 11.
Yeah, not a great start for him at Daytona. Obviously not where he wanted to end up. But honestly, not a bad ending for him at Daytona. Obviously was, pushing a lot of races 3 wide. But we're going to see how well he ends up today.
That is outside pole. Great job, Rick.
That is a great improvement from him from having a horrible pre-qual lap.
Gavinator out here representing the original Forza Motorsport as his title sponsor in that red and black Alpine livery. Or sorry, Coca-Cola livery. Apologize.
He's got so many sponsors on that car, you'd think he'd have money by now. We're going to see.
Oh, Mikey.
I think that is 1,000 faster. I genuinely think that is 1,000th of a second faster there.
As we jump on board with NASCAR Baby in his Noku Camaro, that qualifying time from Gav was absolutely insane. But what does our local delivery man bring to the table?
Gonna see.
Dude.
Man, they're getting quicker.
They are getting fast.
Now, somebody that I have had my eye on. 5th in pre-qual, PVT Juggernauts. I think that he is going to be able to pull out a monster race today.
I completely agree. He really surprised me on Daytona. He showed up and absolutely brought it.
He took nothing from no one. 25:33. Not bad from him. Honestly, I think that's a pretty good time for him.
Couldn't agree more. Local dog aficionado here in Exotic Forza rocking that pedigree Camaro. One that was really surprised me because he rocked the Ford last season, but he came to disagreement with the blue oval and decided to pick up that bow tie. And, it's not looking bad on him. A 25.24.
25.2?
Dude, that is a top 5.
I think he is ahead of jumping right now, as we're going to move to the 26 of K-Force. Had a pretty unfortunate Daytona, got caught up in a lot of cautions and wrecks, but still was able to, kind of crawl his way back just a little bit. We're going to see how well
black
he can
and
do
red Mountain Dew livery this week, not the green that we saw last time. 25.3 flat.
Pretty good time from him.
Local criminal shoplifting coming in with his green Xbox number 2. Ford as well.
Now, I heard from him before practice ended, the hard tires are shit. And those are from his mouth. Hard tires are garbage here. And I agree with him. The hard tires are going to be a problem for anybody wanting to go long distance today.
I don't know if you noticed, he ran really wide in 1 and 2. I don't think this is going to be very good. At 25.7.
Oh. Man.
Rough run for shoplifting there as we jump in with PB Actual. PB Actual rocking that Sunoco 37 again this week. A fantastic Camry. I'm very curious what he's going to wind up doing for us today. Ooh, little touch with the wall there.
Just the tiniest tap of the wall. Coming out of 4, we're going to see. I don't think he'll have that bad of a lap.
Oh!
25.2.
That was unexpected.
Great runs.
As we jump on with Orion, who's got a new livery with us this week in Caterpillar, new sponsor. He's rocking the Camaro as well, trying to show us what's possible. 25.6 is a setup lap, man. Holy cow.
Yeah. Resident Robbie Gordon fanboy. We're going to see how well he can do here. Ooh, 25.202 flat, just about. And here we go. The Rookie of the Year candidate.
25.39 setup lap?
Current highest rated Rookie of the Year so far. NWR Slow. 25.4 setup lap. We're going to see where he ends up. He might hit the 24s here.
Also rocking that Sports Clips. Man, Sports Clips is really sponsoring these guys.
Oh! He had a worse lap.
Interesting. As we have Winter crossing the line. Winter LOL coming out today. Trying to shake up the points. He missed Daytona with us. I haven't seen this livery before. I don't know who his sponsors are.
Bond Trip, we'll say that. Twisted T, that's the main. He runs a 25.575. It'll be towards the back end of the pack, but honestly, I don't expect him to stay there long.
As we jump on with Uranus in his VRA car, one of the few people rocking a full-on VRA livery this week.
Let's see how he ends up. We see him go into 3. And watch him come off the corner. 25.302. That's pretty good.
Mid-pack. As we have Outlaw Johnny coming across the line here with a 26.5 for first out lap. In the new livery that he's just recently created, it really goes with the coffee element of Mario's. Pretty pumped on this, actually. Great livery.
A very highly rated livery. Also a very highly rated driver as well. We're going to see how well he can do here. Ooh, yeah. 26.170. Very good driver.
Dang. And if I just heard correctly, he's on mediums.
He's on meat.
He's on medium tires. As we jump on with Vanilla Cummins, not to take away from Vanilla's Mario livery that he's dubbed the Creamsicle, the number 88 here, in one of the favorite liveries for the Mario's liveries. And oh, dude!
And this was what I was talking about in pre-race. Vanilla was going to be a force to be reckoned with, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of a difference. A 25-0. Oh, man.
So I was trying to get things set up. I was letting you talk about it, about who you were predicting. Every time that I've heard you talk about Mikey being able to take it, Gav being up front, for me, today is Vanilla's day. Vanilla absolutely loves Eagle Rock, and he has done so much to really make stuff happen with it.
Yeah, let's take a look at these previous stats from Season 2. 7 starts, missed 2, 1 win at Indianapolis, not at Eagle Rock, surprisingly. 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s, average finish of 8-6. Points finished was 11th. Only reason that he's in 11th was those 2 races that he missed. I mean, very well a championship contender last season. But obviously, big problems for Gavin Mikey today.
Yeah, man. There's 88 problems for Gavin Mikey. I'm gonna say that.
Oh. You honestly might be right there. There might be plenty of problems for both of them today.
As we got everybody coming out of the pits, so basically we had everybody qualify on the last lap. Everybody's now going to line up on the back stretch as they qualified, as you watched. And we are going to be going live with the race shortly thereafter. So we'll go ahead and jump back over here and take a look at Gav's stats.
Yeah, 8 starts from Gav, missed 1. 1 win was the wet race at Daytona, ironically. 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s. By the way, he's still on that top 10 streak.
Jeez.
It's insane, ladies and gentlemen. But 7 top 10s to end the season was insane. 4 top 5s is even better for him. Average finish of 6.5. That is pretty much in the top 5 of average finish last season. And then a 6th place points finish. Only reason he's in 6th, he missed a race. That's it. That's how much it came down to last season. Was there were so many people that missed 1 or 2 starts, and they just, lost the championship contention from there. But I think Gav will have a good shot to win this today.
I completely agree, man. As we go to the front of the track where our competitors are lining up in front of the spectators here, we've got a full crowd here today. Everybody really
absolutely
showed up, bought the tickets here at Eagle Rock.
Yeah, they said it was 2 for 1 special tonight, but we charge extra here. We're that petty.
As we jump back over here to take a look at Mikey's stats from last season.
Yeah, obviously the 1 missed start, 8 starts, no wins. Still looking for that first win in VRA. 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s, average finish of 7-7, and just behind Gav in points finish at 7th. A lot of 7s for Mikey. Being that number 7 in 2 different spots, I mean, that's got to be lucky somehow. But we're going to see if we can get that first win today for Mikey.
As we are getting ready to go green.
I will say that Creamsicle card definitely likes the sun. It's definitely a bright colored card.
I completely agree, man. It is a great looking livery. It's a great looking livery for this track. And you know what else looks great? The green flag, my guy.
That is 100%.
Oh,
well,
it looks like we are not going green just yet.
We're going to hold another lap.
So, going for one more pace lap here. First caution of the day.
They're already getting us on the edge of our seats. Let's see if Vanilla going for the medium tire. About half fuel as well. We're going to see how that strategy handles up.
Interesting. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look and see what everybody has here. Vanilla with that medium. Gav with hards.
Hard tire.
Interesting. Jump, rocking the mediums. Mikey, rocking the mediums. PB Actual medium. Soft on Sup with Andy. Sup with Andy's trying to get up there. But, with that being said,
I think it's that time, Keith.
the time has come. It is upon us. Giggity, 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 boys. Let's go racing.
Vanilla with a
Mario's.
huge jump.
Indeed.
Now, Keith.
Oh, as Andy gets a little loose back there. Yeah, Andy,
Oh,
holy cow.
Yeah, Andy just.
We're going to have to get a replay up on that. Clearly, restart botched by Andy and Jumpin'. 2 championship contenders here. That's unfortunate. I can't tell. Oh! As our
Oh.
pole sitters.
We've got that replay up.
Alrighty.
We're able to bring that up. Okay, so on the start of the race, we're going to see. Obviously, not getting a good start there.
We are under caution for this event that we're watching right now. Gets a little loose.
Oh.
Oh man.
And collects jumping as well.
Super unfortunate.
As Gaines as well, I think that got caught up in that as well.
It's really interesting. So we've got live marshals working with us to be able to really make everything super fair. And this week specifically, they're really focusing on these restarts. And if some people are involved in a caution, I believe they're going to be held to the back, which, if that is what's happening, is going to mean that Andy and Jump are going to wind up to the back of the field, currently sitting in pits for both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Winter and Shoplifting also, deciding to go into the pits. The strategy wasn't working out at the beginning. So hopefully they have a new strategy from the crew chief and whatnot. But somebody has made their way up front. I'm not going to say who it is, but he's in fourth.
Look at that. Right where he wants to be, man. Good for Mikey.
Well, Mikey's up in first. He is right up in front. I'm talking about the 11 car, Rick. I mean,
interesting.
He's there. He's on the soft tire.
Rick was on the bubble there coming into this race. Rick almost didn't make it because he unfortunately had a really bad pre-qual time. But here he is, taking us to green with Mikey and NASCAR right in front of him.
A little bit before Mikey did, thinking that Mikey would, adjust himself. He's gonna move NASCAR baby out of the way into the wall.
Orion gets into Gav, pushes him up.
Mikey's just gonna be able to swing away here. I mean, he's a few tenths out now. He's up almost 6/10 of a second just in one corner. Keith.
Look at this. Mikey on the
He
mediums.
is locked in.
So I'm interested because Outlaw Johnny did talk about running on the mediums and running, that 26-1. I'm curious. Oh, he's full of fuel. Interesting.
Now, he's wanting to stay out as long as possible. I think he will be able to do that, but he's going to be able to hold the bottom line if he's going to want to do that.
As we jump on board with our pole sitter and Vanilla Cummins sitting in fifth, I think there was a misunderstanding about going on
He lost his words, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to... Sitting on board with Vanilla Cummins, obviously not having a great restart here. You know, but his 5th place is not the worst spot for him. I mean, only being 2 seconds back of Mikey, I mean, he's not in a bad position at all. But somebody who is back up front, the 12 of Skins, back in 4th, right behind his old buddy Rick. I mean, he's in a great spot right now, sitting on the soft tire, following the same strategy as Rick. I mean, NASCAR Baby and Mikey running the medium, so they're going to be out there just a little bit longer. But I think if Rick and Skins get in front of Mikey and NASCAR Baby, they might be able, you know, to pull pretty much a decent lead on them if they're able to.
And we are just now coming out of caution cooldown. Basically, anytime that a caution happens, we're going to have what's called the caution cooldown, where we're not going to be able to go to caution again until that cooldown has finished up, right? So we are now back to the spot where if there's an incident that happens involving 2 or more cars, a caution may be called.
Go on board 9 of NASCAR. Oh, NASCAR's running the soft, so he's on the same strategy as Rick and Skins. But oh man, Mikey is holding them off with all he can. The medium tires are not going to be able to last that long, you know, battling for the lead and whatnot. So he might just have to hold off and let these soft tire drivers, you know, run out as quick as they can.
It sounds like we've got a C word here. 5's involved, 56 involved. Not seeing it on my side. We are under caution. I did not see what happened with it.
I did not either. Mikey just now gonna be able to, you know, hold off these slower cars for much longer.
Vanilla using this as an opportunity to get back up into the lead. Unfortunately, what I was trying to say earlier, the initial caution that took place on lap 1, there was some confusion about whether the caution had been called or not. It sounded as though Vanilla followed the appropriate protocol, but the people around him hadn't heard it be called. And so that unfortunately shuffled him back in a manner that was very unfortunate. That being said, everybody's on board now. Everybody knows we are under caution, and I think Vanilla's right back where he wants to be.
Yeah, obviously sitting up front on the medium tire. Obviously a smart option not to pit here as we are so early into this race. Being able to, you know, make those medium tires last a little bit longer than they would, you know, fully fledged racing. But Orion as well. Orion up in the mix as well now.
Yeah, Orion and Vanilla both on medium tires. Vanilla with 35 laps of fuel versus Orion's 25 laps of fuel. So talking about like weight that you're carrying around the track, grip, available grip that you have with the, you know, harder tire compound in that medium tire, Orion has a little bit of an advantage going into this next lap.
He really does. He's also being a smart driver. We're gonna go, if we're able to, we have the onboard of one Riz Green, who qualified near the back today, as far as the pre-qual times. But qualified middle of the pack, we're gonna see where he ends up. Oh, he gets on the outside of jump, and he comes on the bottom,
man,
and just gets right rear hooked into the wall.
Man, Andy is having an absolutely rough day. Maybe there's a replay available from his perspective. That was that was really unfortunate. It looked like it really looked like Grizz was waiting to see until Jump had made it clear of him for him to dive down, and it looked like he just didn't quite catch that Andy was behind him. A really unfortunate, situational awareness sort of situation.
Yeah, we've got Andy's onboard view here, so this is lap 17 going into 18.
Oh, we are going green here. We are green.
Back green. Like he's sitting back in sixth. Instantly taking the high line, already past one driver. He is not playing around.
That said, look at the lead being developed by Vanilla up here. Holy cow.
Vanilla is going to pull away from these drivers. I mean, the singular car out front will always pull first, but I mean, that is a lead. Almost half a second.
Mikey in that 48 running next to that number 0 of Canes.
Mikey being smart, holding the bottom line. Kane's getting shuffled back.
Do you see what I see?
You'll have... Oh, no. It's time.
Is that the music of Jaws playing in the background?
It might as well be. Ladies and gentlemen, he didn't race Daytona, but he's already the Rookie of the Year front runner. It's slow. I mean, this man has been on a tear through our other NASCAR series, the W Series. This man has been on fire.
Slow is an individual who has so much racecraft just built into his talent that it's really difficult for people to be able to compete with it. And whenever he's on a soft tire with people around him not on the soft tire, he's going to the front right now. Oh!
And oh man.
As caution cooldown just closed.
Straight into Vanilla, but look who's up front.
Mikey,
Slow
man.
caused all the commotion, and Mikey took advantage of it.
Fantastic. Jump back here with Jumpin', who was involved in that early crash, but looks like he got himself on some softs, and he's got himself back up into the top 10.
The strategy was working good for him. Unfortunately, got entangled with the Grizz wreck, but was able to come out unscathed. We're going to see how he handles Orion. But back up front, Vanilla trying to hold off Slow as much as he can before Slow eventually is going to pass him. It's
Slow really making his presence felt there. Oh,
for being a rookie.
Go ahead.
I mean, for being a rookie, Slow is a master of his class already. He's like the Connor Zilish of our league.
I don't know what happened there, but Skins made up a bunch of positions. Oh, Vanilla looks like got shuffled back.
Vanilla got sent back. Skins got sent to the bottom in the middle of the backstretch.
I wonder if there's a replay that might be available for what just happened to Vanilla. Hanging up there with Mikey, all of a sudden he's back in 10th place. He was in second, dropped all the way back to 10th. Did Slow bump him?
It might have.
I mean, Slow is really applying the pressure now on Mikey, who's on that, medium tire. There's going to be something pretty... Wow, trying to make the pass on the outside. It's really crazy how much grip Mikey has in this car with those medium tires. That credit out to the tuner there, an SDW Tsunami, making an insane tune, being able to hold softs off with medium tires and still maintain speed. Look at the gap being created by these guys. Absolutely insane.
Full second in front. But we've got the onboard of the 12 for why he got sent down so low. This is lap 28, currently on 32 for the leaders. We're going to see what happens. possibly have to wait another lap.
Jumping back up front as Slow takes the lead over Mikey. This is gonna be a battle here. We're gonna be seeing Slow up front quite a bit today.
We're gonna go on board to the camera of the 88. See what happened to him. Yeah, Slow got into him just a little bit.
Let's look at that again real quick. Cause it seems like to me that, you know, Vanilla was on a good line, and Slow may have impeded his ability to stay straight. How do you feel on this?
Well, I want to look at this again. 'Cause this could say a lot. You know, obviously holding up for Mikey. I don't think that was, you know, purposeful, obviously, but definitely Vanilla had to check up in the middle of turn 1 because Mikey had gone down on him. In no way Mikey's fault at all. But Vanilla obviously getting the bad end of that as well.
Completely and totally. I mean, he's unfortunately back here in 10th. He had just gotten that break from the caution mishap that happened early on in the race, and now back here in 10th. The pole sitter, with some unfortunate race. Oh, wow.
Oh, and hits the wall.
Well.
Oh my goodness. Missed the pit entry and just, oh man, he got beaten into the wall.
Dang. That is
back up front.
Something.
Back up front was Slow. Now lapping shoplifting. But has pulled 0.7 on Gav, who, by the way, was in tow with Slow the entire time and has just somehow fallen off.
I mean, like I said earlier, man, Slow just has so much racecraft built into his ability to drive that you have to have another unfair advantage to be able to bring to him. Whenever he's on soft tires, he is just such a force to be reckoned with here.
You see, he's hitting 161 in the corner, just about, running out of gearing here. Yeah, he's just 160 in the corner, and he's just getting on the throttle about halfway through turn 3. I mean, his fastest time, ladies and gentlemen, a 24.768.
As our pole sitter comes out of the pits, unfortunately at the back of the field, back up there with the guy that unfortunately kind of put him here.
Yep, but on fresh mediums, Slow is gonna have to pit soon with Gav, but also Jump moved back up.
That he did, up there under the podium right now.
The soft strategy is working for him.
That was Winter, it looked like, in the wall. What's going on with Winter with him being way up top? Oh, it looks like
rear is Minor.
He's lost the ability to be able to keep himself on track at the moment. It seems like he's got to dive into the pit.
Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, the right rear and the right front, excuse me, they both just went to minor wear. Obviously not able to control it from minor tire wear. But one thing that Slow has said that he's improved on is his, later tire model wear and whatnot, and he's able to keep, able to maintain his time on the pack, on the, more severe wear, moderate wear tires, which I think is going to be a great option for him today.
Going with that medium. Speaking of mediums, we're going to jump into shoplifting, being one of the few people who's rocking those Mario hards for tonight.
After preaching to multiple people not to use these tires, he is fully using them.
I wonder if he figured something out that he's trying to have a little advantage with. Right now, he's a full lap down off of the leaders. Interesting.
I think that the rubber is fully in now on the track. He's able to have a little bit more grip, able to, possibly save those hard tires just a little bit longer.
Another person we haven't been with today is K-Force. K-Force is about halfway through his pit cycle here. He's sitting just about into minor tire wear on his mediums there. Currently sitting in second.
I think he's pretty much going to be up near the top 10, top 5 area today. If he continues on this route, I mean, he's absolutely pulled away from anybody close to him. He's 5 seconds ahead of Johnny. I mean, Mikey, obviously, I think he chose to stay out an extra lap on those mediums to possibly overcut on slow. But we'll have to see how he ends up. On board with the 11 of Rick, choosing the soft option again. Worked out well for him last time. He's going to have some good help with Skins in the back. That's going to be a good duo today to keep an eye on. But obviously, going to be a tough challenge for Rick today. Obviously, it would need a top 10 today to be able to keep himself in championship running, I believe. But, he is maintaining the line. He had a lot of problems with that in practice, but he is coming back with a vengeance today. Skins as well, being able to, close the gap. I believe it was 0.6, now able to maintain it to a 0.2 and stay in the draft. Back 40 seconds of Mikey, almost 2 laps down. So obviously not a great pit cycle, but Mikey is continuing to run these. I believe he's still on the medium tire, but Mikey definitely should have either pitted by now or is nearing severe wear to try and hold off slow. No, he's on minor wear on the right front. He's still good. As you see K-Force going in.
Mikey's been a little quiet coming into this. We've heard him be excited about Eagle Rock, but I think he's learned something about this track that he didn't know before, and I think he is employing that today. I don't know what it is. I would love to hear what it is, but it really appears like he's got something figured out. As Vanilla right there behind him, applying the pressure on the fresher medium tires. Vanilla trying to get back. Yep.
Well, one of his laps, I should say.
Yeah.
But Mikey obviously not going to put up a fight with Vanilla being a lap down.
Blaze coming out of the pits.
See Orion here. Battle for 14th between Kane's Hawk, Orion, and Juggernauts in the back, who started pre-qualifying with the top 5. Start in the middle of the pack. I thought he'd be doing better today.
I completely agree. Oh,
and that was...
Grizz got caught up in it.
Grizz into the wall. Man. That's going to bring the caution out.
Grizz trying to get back up there, 19th. But you know who's really excited about that right now?
Batman.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
and
he
you
might
know
not
who
be
else?
Too excited. Mikey might not be. I mean, the pit strategy could have probably been a few laps earlier and he would have been fine. But now, unfortunately, having to pit and also having slow in the top 10 as well is not going to help out too much.
Yeah, Mikey would have, if he would have pit right before that, he would have been out in 4th. And because of the time that it takes to pit, and unfortunately he's gonna wind up getting shuffled back because there are a number of people who don't need to pit. Some of those people being NASCAR Baby, being Rick, who's on softs.
Yeah, just having that strategy up, slow, just pitting as well, gonna have fresh mediums. Jump just semi-fresh mediums.
I want to point out, we still see the majority of the field at race pace, and the reason for that is Mikey had developed such a great lead that almost the entire field was nearly a lap down. Fourth place was more than a lap down behind this man.
That was a full 40 seconds back, just about. And for the record, when Rick came out of the pits with skins, they were 40 seconds down.
Jeez. Rick back here in
40 seconds.
In 8th place. 40 seconds in 8th place. Absolute insanity.
Somebody else to keep in mind, Winter, full 2 laps down still, I believe.
Do we have a replay on that incident? Oh, Vanilla faking out the pits here. Yeah, I figured he might try to stay out.
He chose to stay out on the 21 laps of fuel that he probably could have gone into fuel as well. Didn't need to change the tires, but the fuel is going to be the biggest issue for him.
I'm really curious if Winter is on a tune that is not made for Eagle Rock, because he has been consistently a lap or 2 down, and he's got 4 pits under his belt right now.
That's my thought. He is still a lap down, and they are still pacing the field.
That said, one of the people who was involved in the first caution, the Andy and Jump in the Fire here, up to the front. Let's see where Andy's found himself now that things have started to settle down. Currently back in 13th coming out of the pits.
13th. So pretty much where he was starting.
Mikey, he's
gonna gain a few positions. The inside lane.
Wow.
Is where a lot of people are gonna make it.
This is where he would have been.
It's where he would have been.
This is where he would have been had the caution not come out. This is pretty interesting. Why don't you go ahead and explain to us what just happened with the line there? You were talking about the inside line.
Well, the inside line, obviously the favorable, as you know, the main point of this track is to hug the inside line. But Mikey is, choosing to take that outside, hopefully to, be able to pass either NASCAR Baby or hope that the restart is more in his favor than K-Force, I'd say, as we see Winter. Oh my goodness, a full 65 seconds back. Obviously not having a good day today. And almost killing the field, I might add. But that outside line will definitely be rubbered in within a few laps. So I would not expect to see anybody, choose a different line at one point. But Mikey is favoring that outside right now.
As we get ready to go green with our pole sitter here. I believe Jump being where he's at puts him in the lead of the championship currently.
I do believe that
As he touches the wall. A couple people touch the wall there in the back.
Gav behind him go low.
NASCAR Baby losing some positions there. Oh, Mikey taking it to him. Mikey on those fresh tires. He's the farthest forward with fresh tires right now.
He's scraping the wall. Gonna give up a position to slow into turn 1. This is not good for Mikey. See, he's gonna pass him on the out. He's gonna attempt to pass him on the outside.
Mike, slow with those soft tires, just able to hold.
Soft.
Wow.
And just went right by him through the corner. Mikey obviously not going to put up that much of a fight there, being on the medium tire. On board with a 4. That 5-car Grizz, that right side is tore up, and that back fender is as well. I mean, look at Uranus's car as well.
jumping on board with Grizz right now. The winner of last week's race there at Daytona, back here in 18th.
Yeah, closest finish in VRA history. And I should point this out, less than 1,000th of a second. For reference, that is closer than any NASCAR race that's ever been recorded.
Eucane's applying some pressure to Vanilla there, and he gets it. He gets it done as Outlaw Johnny holds Vanilla back, costing him a position and gaining Eucane's too. Eucane's on them softs.
Vanilla also on the not fresh mediums, so he's going to be struggling just a little bit. I feel like he might run out of fuel quicker than he runs out of tread wear on those medium tires.
It looks like our local hard user has switched over to mediums. Little strategy change there. Rick up here on softs in 7th.
Leaders cross the line halfway done. I mean, it's gone by like nothing. We've been super, super green flag heavy today.
Slow out there in the front again, man. Can Gav keep it tight to him? Gav also on the softs. You can see it looks like Slow brakes a lot later, allows a little bit of float through the middle of the corner, and it seems like he's found something that's working for him. As we look at, Gav has done a 24.786 as his fastest lap today. That is super quick.
And also, Slow has done a 24. Oh, they flip-flopped the numbers. It's a 7. Oh, and
Blaze is in the wall.
We cut to that. That was a perfect cut to Blaze's camera. That was looked like shoplifting was involved.
Sounds like Zero caused that, unfortunately. Eucanes, who had been really moving through the field. Unfortunate for Blaze there. However,
let's go on board. Let's go on board to Eucanes' camera. Well, we let our drivers go into pit. Slow leading the pack in. I'm gonna take the pit option, but on board with Grizz here.
Looks like Skins skipping the pits.
Oh, and just hits the wall and gets collected. He
gets collected with Blaze. Really unfortunate. That's just an unfortunate racing incident.
He picked up a few people there. Picked up shoplifting, I believe. That's unfortunate for him.
Skins choosing to stay out. Not only stay out, but stay out with softs. This is a very interesting choice. He's right there with Exotic Forza, who's also on softs. It seems like a number of people may be changing their strategy at this point in the race. Outlaw Johnny being the only person up front with any sort of fresh tires sitting on those mediums. Yeah.
Probably have about 8 or so laps in those medium tires for Johnny. Orion pretty much the same as well. But the thing is, back in, I think that's 8th or 9th is Slow. And then right behind them is Jump. And then behind those two is Mikey and Gav.
As we go green, right? Oh, no, it sounds like we're taking
one more pace lap. As they're just catching up now.
Eucane starting there at the very back. So, Eucane's being the person that caused this doesn't have a choice but to start at the very back of the pack this time around. As we come across the back stretch
those fresh tires.
Yeah. Take
A4's on
seconds to
fresh
go
meat.
through the field. Medium, medium, medium. Soft for PVT. Soft, fresh softs for Grizz.
Fresh for Grizz.
Fresh mediums.
Fresh mediums
Nom.
for Baby.
Skins.
Yeah, this pit stop.
Go ahead.
This pit stop would have been the one to go, oh, I need to fill up full of fuel. Because at this point, Skins is not going to make it on fuel.
Yeah, he will. As
I
we
think
go
it
green.
just updated. It went from 53 to
Oh,
63.
I see. Yeah, because we were in pace. It doesn't. Yep. You are right.
Yeah.
I am wrong. As he gets a
Skins
fantastic launch there.
Yeah. The soft tires helping him out just enough. Johnny also getting a good start from Skins.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Skins taking it wide is going to hit the wall.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just, he's passing everybody.
Like a shark through the waters, my guy. He is just murdering positions.
He just leveled up his car to 43 there. He's hunting. He's hunting my underdog pick, and I don't like it.
We jump on camera with the prey of the shark to see what it feels like to feel the pressure from this man. Slow, just coming down on him.
Keith, is that a Doge on the back of his car?
It is. And
You know
Slow
what?
can't take any more of it.
It's understandable. That's understandable.
Oh, as Exotic pushes
He's gonna
Slow
get sent
high,
up high.
which opens the
Gonna let
door for
get a spot
PVT.
back. Johnny's gonna have to run as well into the corner. Oh, Johnny just about hit PVT.
And we're not even talking about our local tree hugger up here developing a second lead over second place there as Slow jumps in behind him. How long is he going to be able to hold Slow off behind him?
I'd say he just lost a full tenth in the corner. I'd give it maybe 5 laps. I'll say 5 laps. I know Skins can hold that line pretty well, but he's gonna need to hold a whole lot better. He's gonna want to hold off Slow until those softs wear out.
As we see Mikey trying to get inside of Juggernauts there. And is he going to get Outlaw
Cut
as
off
well?
by Johnny. Jug not in the spot he wants to be, but Mikey's gonna get on the inside of Johnny.
If we look up top, we
Gonna
see
make
that
the
he's
pass.
2.2 behind Skins right now. So he's not gaining much time. But he's not losing time. And Mikey here is on those mediums.
The medium tire is going to be the strong suit for the end of this race if Mikey wants to win. Obviously, being 2-2 back is not bad, but it needs to be a lot less of a gap.
And unfortunately, yeah, it just looks like Winter is on the wrong setup back here in the back.
Yeah, Winter being 9-4 back of everybody.
Now, is Slow going to go ahead and try to get around Skins, or is he going to try to work with him? He bumped Vanilla to start. He's bumped Mikey out of the way. So I feel like that's what he's going to try to do.
Here he goes.
Didn't even need to
Skins
bump
missed
him.
it a little low.
And there he is
He
again.
got a little loose, and there he goes. Now, the problem is, Gav just gained 3/10, so he's back in the draft.
Skins
gonna
really
cut him
offline here. I'm really curious what's happening with him.
He just hit
as he
minor in the
dives into the
softs,
pits.
going back into the pits.
That's what it is. That's what it is. So we jump back on board with Gav here in second, trying to keep Slow in his sights.
He needs the toe here.
He's sitting
He
on 13.
100% needs to make it up in this corner.
He is sitting on less fuel than Slow, so he does have the slightest bit more cornering ability, But does he have the line? Does he have the breaking points that Slow has? That's the question. He is running a different line.
He'll make it to at least lap 90 on the fuel setup. The tires, I think, might last just about in that window. And he's just pulled in a 10th. He lost it.
So we're jumping on board here with Skins right now, and I want to do this to showcase we had Skins right on Slow whenever he went to dive into the pits. He was less than a second behind. Coming out of pits, he is 40 seconds down. That tells you that going into the pits is almost a 2-lap deficit. We're running 25-second laps here. That...
Skins...
Go ahead.
Skins is absolutely hoping for a caution right now to be able to get back up there. Only 1-1 ahead of Exotic Forza. Somehow, Winter has passed 2 people.
As K-Force and Rick are really battling for 5th right here.
K-Force on these semi-fresh mediums gives him the Logano. Hits him in the jump. And then just... Wow, I don't believe that happened. That was insane.
Rick really trying to hold him off here for 5th. That was a fantastic little battle there.
Almost attempted it again. A Vanilla pole sitter back in 8th. He's in a pretty decent spot. He's got 10 laps of fuel left. I think we'll see at least 2 more stops out of him, possibly. We've got about 45-ish laps left. These soft tires are lasting about, like, I'd say a 16-lap range, if that.
As Juggernauts has just come out of the pits with a fresh set of mediums, and you can see he's coming up on 2 laps down there because of that pit against Slow, who should be coming into minor tire wear here.
That right front just now crying of death. But what's even more...
Go ahead.
What's even more fascinating is that Slow, even on the minor tire wear in the right front, is still catching Jug.
Indeed. And that's kind of what I was getting ready to get into. For those who don't know, for those who are joining us, potentially having not played Forza or a racing game in that manner, tires wear in Forza differently than they do in real life. If you have them on your car, you might run 80,000 miles. In Forza, you get a number of laps before you hit what's called minor tire wear. The introduction of minor tire wear is a reduction of grip. And then from there, tires wear from minor to moderate to severe with reductions in grip at each step along the way. And each time you step down in grip, it's very difficult to maintain the same pace that you've had. And so when you hear us talking about minor tire wear on the right front, we're referring to the actual tires on the car getting worn down. As we see Orion taking advantage of getting some fresh tires.
Hopefully full fuel as well, because that's going to be the last time he's going to be able to fuel here. Vanilla will probably need to use full fuel as well, as he's coming up on a...
Andy!
There goes Andy. Rick cut Vanilla off from taking the high side.
Andy just getting a really unfortunate series of hits today. Touched the wall there as Rick gets ready to dive into the pits.
Up front, Gav and Slow have just entered as well. Gav took out front. And now here's where Mikey needs to quote-unquote lock in. He is 15 laps left. Slow is going to be at least 1 lap down. But Mikey needs to keep this momentum up. He's got jumping to worry about as well. Andy's 1.3 back. K-Force. Vanilla just went in. Grizz is in that battle.
Yeah, man, Mikey is really pushing right now to try and be able to get back up to the front. Again, he's really chasing that first Mario's Hard Espresso Series win. He's come so close so many times, and he said it a couple times this week that he feels that today is his day.
And look at the masterclass he just put on, passing Johnny and PB Actual before he just got into turn 1 there. That's going to help him out a lot with the gap to jump. See PB
wow,
getting
3
loose
wide
there.
coming out of 2 there, yeah. And I'm going to take this clean opportunity to really shake things up here, and oh, I'm not going to do that.
The black hole of death.
The black hole of death, indeed. I'll use it just normally, I suppose. But to take a second to talk about our partners in Mario's. You can use code VRA10 at drinkmarios.com to be able to get a 10% off your next purchase. We were supposed to be bringing up the commercial card, and it didn't come up.
Absolutely. Love our sponsors, Mario's Hard Espresso. Absolutely use code VRA10 at checkout, drinkmarios.com. Code VRA10 at checkout, 10% off your purchase. We appreciate them supporting us, and we appreciate the support from all of you as well. Still up front, Minor Tire Wear just now setting in 4 points, or not points leader, race leader, Mikey. Hopefully should be pitting within the next 10 laps. We'll see if he stretches those medium tires out just a little bit longer. Has a good gap to jump. Jump maybe on the soft tire. We're unsure. But I do see Mikey having at least one more pit stop. Possibly. We might go under caution. I don't want to go under caution with just about 30 laps left, but it could happen. It's happened before. I don't think it will happen here, but it could happen. The jump getting it. Make up some time now. Mikey missing the apex of that corner just a little bit and lost 2/10. But jump back up in the front row where he was used to last week at Daytona, getting a second place finish just behind points leader Grizz. As we see, Jump is on the same strategy as Mikey, but he's on less fuel. 7 laps left. Possibly, well, I shouldn't say that. They're on the same strategy.
Could they be working together at this point? I'm not seeing Jump try to make any moves. It seems like he's getting in there and tucking in under Mikey and just trying to run a good race.
He knows that if Slow gets any chance to catch up to these guys, he will take it, and it will happen. And oh, what in the...
That was lag. That was lag.
Oh my goodness, Vanilla just got sent.
As Mikey dives into the pits, giving Jumpin' the lead for the first time in the race, I believe, since, especially since he got taken to the back of the field early on in the race.
You'd be correct. That wreck with Andy and Grizz was not a good start to the race, but being up in the front row definitely does help out a lot. As you do see Gav behind him in his rearview mirror just about take his lap back.
As we jump on board with the Predator that is Slow, back up in 7th. Just insane.
It's insane, folks. I mean, he's up in 3rd. He just passed Mikey in the pits.
Jump dove into the pits. Mikey's coming out of the pits.
Slow will be back. He'll be a lap down from Jump. Mikey will as well, but Mikey's going to make up his time quick.
This is about to be close. It looks like Slow is going to be passing Jump right now to take the lead.
Slow. Now, where is Mikey going to end up at?
And the other person that was involved in that very first accident here in Andy, last season's championship victor, up here in 5th place right now with nearly fresh
Andy
socks,
just
it
getting
looks
on
like.
the inside.
Whoa! Fantastic move there by Andy. This is a great little pack to have right here. Everybody really going for it.
This is the battle for second.
Gav on hard. Gav's going to the end.
Gav wants to last to the end. But this is Mikey, Skins, Jump, Andy, Gav. And there's more people behind him. I think that's Orion and K-Force.
That said, if we jump on board here with Andy, who's leading that pack, he is 10 seconds off slow up there.
But Slow is going to have to hit again unless he, wants to stretch those soft tires out. Vanilla, oh man, the right front is not being saved whatsoever. That right front is almost at minor before anything else. So missing the apex in that corner is going to be a little bit slow. Orion having a battle up front with Jump and K-Force as well. Just back of, I believe, that is Andy and Mikey.
Vanilla, pole sitter, who wound up finding himself back in 22nd, all the way back up into 7th.
Getting in front of Gav. Gav must have either hit the wall or done something because he's up in that pack.
He's on the hards.
There's no way he lost that much time. Uranus bowing out, having some engine damage there.
Oh, as Uranus, unfortunately, taken out.
See Blaze coming out of the pits just now, back in 21st. Winter making a move on shoplifting.
Making a move through shoplifting, it looked like.
There he goes. He might go through PB. Gonna let Blaze go by. We see Rick. Oh, and Skins gets hit as well. Skins was up in that front pack. Oh, he is on dead softs.
Jeez. There is
nothing
left.
Oh my goodness. And there goes PVT around him. He's got one. Man, that sucks for Skins. Front runner all day. He's gonna keep going.
He must think that there's gonna be a caution that's gonna be called. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
I really think that's gotta be what he's waiting for.
As we jump up here with the lone shark up front, absolutely.
Got nobody dying him.
He's not got any traffic to swim through. He's trying to find the tail of the pack so that he can make his way back through again. That said,
Andy there being back 11 whole seconds.
Oh.
DB getting caught up in traffic. Jump also getting caught up with them.
Winter, man, just so off the pace, creating quite a little bit of a rolling roadblock there.
You see him in the rearview mirror. He is not playing around. He wants some more positions. He wants some points. On board with Gav back in 7th. His hard tires should last until the end, and the fuel is looking good as well.
Oh, as Exotic Forza tries to make a move on Ucanes. Down there on the 8th,
here we go.
A really tough spot to be on Eagle Rock. As soon as you touch it, you lose a lot of your contact patch, causing you to lose a little bit of lateral grip. If you have your car set up wrong, that means you lose the back. If you have it set up right, it means you lose the front. Really rough spot to be.
Exotic just losing a little bit of grip there.
Yeah.
But we just saw Slow is in the pits.
Which takes us to Andy up front.
Up front, Andy. But back 1.1, 1.2, Mikey. Behind him, K-Force. Behind him, Jumpin'.
Jumpin' on really fresh mediums. Mikey also on really fresh mediums.
You can see Slow just coming out now.
Oh,
I do believe that is his race
into the
over.
pack.
He had a great run all race, but I think it's fully over. With 16 laps left, those softs did not last as long as he wanted them to.
Jumping on with Mikey
Back up with
right
Mikey.
now.
Andy drops back.
Oh,
Andy get.
unfortunate, man. Dang.
What happened?
Andy blew his engine. Unfortunate.
Oh my.
Luckily, he saw it happening, got off the racing line. There's not oil all over the track. He prevented a caution from coming out. But really unfortunate for him. That's the second casualty for today. The first one earlier on, we didn't get to speak too much on it, was that 75 of Uranus, who was, repping the VRA on his car. And now we have a second casualty to Forza connection issues in Supwitted Andy, last season's champion, off to a rough start. I'm trying to remember what his point standings are. I think he started this race in 7th. This engine failure is not going to play really nicely for his Season 3 championship run.
Sitting in points, he was 4th, but this is not going to be a good look for him. I mean, he obviously had the start today, which was good, but sitting out in 21st, I mean, that's not gonna be great at all for him.
Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, so I'm going to go as far to say, if we go green, it is going to be Mikey first, Jump in second, and NASCAR Baby in third, because they are all on this winning strategy right now of the mediums with ample tire in reserve. Jump in has to close 2.1 seconds, which it is Jump Verstappen that we're talking about. But 2.2 seconds is Texas.
It's going to be hard to do. I do think Jump will pass K-Force, and here's why. I want to go to the K-Force car camera. I want to go to that. He's on minor tire wear.
On softs. There's no way he's making it the rest of this race and holding 2 seconds off from jumping the bottom.
He is not going to get to Mikey. And you see the right rear just went to minor.
The only thing that helps K-Force potentially is if he dives into the pits in the next 2 laps and there is a late race caution. That is the only thing that keeps K-Force up to the top. Mikey, and Jump, and NASCAR Baby, it almost doesn't matter.
And with this field being spread out so much right now, it's going to be near impossible for somebody to wreck out. I mean, it's one car every 0.6, 0.7 seconds.
You say that
I
we have the risk taker up here in 6th trying to
and he's gonna
push
Chris
out. He's going to bring the caution out. As we see Rick on these mediums, he kind of needs a caution. Granted, nowadays, in the current operation of things, if anybody causes a caution, they start the restart at the back of the field. So you can't cause a caution for your own benefit.
That is true. But also, we're approaching the full green flag window. You see Johnny, and that looked like Blaze getting into it. Blaze being 2 laps down, trying to get back. As you see him go in the wall.
I did not see that. This is where the strategy really comes into play. These late green flag runs. We've got the Predator back here, 24 seconds off of Mikey. There's no way that he closes the 24-second gap to somebody.
There's no chance.
I don't think Mikey's going to be deep into minor tire wear if he even gets to minor tire wear at this point.
You see, it is fully over. We are green flag till the end. Mikey was 2 believe that was 2 full seconds ahead of K-Force. K-Force's softs fully dying now. Jump just past him. We might see NASCAR get a podium as well.
Gav's use of the hards has let him stay out longer, but he hasn't.
On the hard tire. He's gonna give a bump to Grizz.
Grizz just getting manhandled around
He's
this track.
bullied. He's on dead softs though.
That's what it is. He's choosing not to stay out. He doesn't really have a choice now, as Eucanes tries to get around him. Winter was acting like a roadblock earlier, but Grizz is the new roadblock for this course. But look who's behind the roadblock of Grizz.
The one and the only.
The Predator.
But he is 8.5 back. He might make it.
He's definitely going to overtake Grizz.
He just gained a full second in one corner. That is scary. That is scary for this season.
Our local Mario's hard tire aficionado in shoplifting has found himself in the top 10 here on mediums to finish the race, really taking it to NASCAR baby right now. I mean, this is an impressive run from shoplifting late in the race.
I hate to cut you off here, Keith, but it's time. Mikey is off for white flag in the air.
White flag is in the air. Mikey!
A full 2 seconds ahead of jump. K-Force could not handle it. NASCAR maybe passes K-Force at the end. K-Force's softs could not handle it. Mikey MM is going to win his first race at Eagle Rock.
Fantastic job, Mikey. Jump in second.
Woo!
NASCAR baby takes over K-Force for third, right
and
there at the end.
Slide.
K-Force finishes up.
What a race.
Eucanes for fifth.
Oh my. Gav in sixth. Grizz and slow at the line passes Grizz for seventh. Grizz P8. Overall, I will say, Mikey ran a great race today, but Grizz ran, for being on old softs, he held his line. That was a great late end for Grizz there. Amazing job. Still in the top 10 after dead softs.
100%. We talked about it, halfway through the race, that we thought how Mikey had been talking about it, that he had figured out some advantage that he wasn't communicating. I truly think that advantage, and he worked really hard on it, was his strategy, because he took complete control over this race with those tires right up to the end.
He fully abused the medium tire strategy this time. I mean, there was no point he was on the soft tire.
The speed that he was able to carry, I mean, it was absolutely just insane.
He was just as quick as Slow was on the soft tire. I will say that. But overall, he was a full pit stop ahead of Slow at the end of this race.
Yeah, absolutely crushed it.
What an incredible race from Mikey.
With that said, we haven't taken nearly enough time to talk about the sponsor of Jumpin's Car over there in Mario's Hard Espresso. We want to take a second to thank them for helping us put this on and really being a great partner with us. You can go to drinkmarios.com and get 10% off your next order with drinkmarios.com. Mario's, the best combination of caffeine and a good time that you're sure to find.
Great sponsor in Mario's. Great sponsors for our vehicles as well. I mean, you've seen all the great liveries we've had from these guys. I mean, they've put so much effort into helping this series out, and we appreciate them so much. So we want to help them out. drinkmarios.com, code VRA10 at checkout gets you 10% off your purchase at drinkmarios.com. They're a great sponsor to us. They have helped us out so much with this series, and we appreciate them a hell of a lot.
Yeah, man. What a race, dude. What a
Water
race.
And I think it would be for today.
We lost you
Not
for just a
only-
second. Go again on that.
I think it would be a great time to introduce the winner of the Mario's Hard Espresso race, round 2 at Eagle Rock, in that 48 Mountain Dew, Mr. Mikey M. Mikey, you did it! You got the first race win. How does it feel?
I'm so happy. It was a long time coming for sure. This 48 car was so fast. Oh, I'm so happy right now. It's about time.
I need to know from you, were there tears and were there screaming when you crossed the finish line?
Of course, there was a little bit of screaming, but yeah. I'm doing donuts right now.
Completely understandable. Just fully killing the field afterwards. We gotta love it. But I wanted to go into, your strategy for this race. I mean, we never saw you on the soft tire once. I mean, the mediums definitely helped you out a lot. You were running about the same pace as Slow. We obviously saw that Slow did not have a great qualifying time either. His setup lap was faster than his actual qual lap. But, you are in the top 5 for qual. I mean, that was a great start from you.
Yeah, for sure. I knew with the medium tires, because I was on medium tires all race, I knew I had the speed to kind of sort of keep up with the guys on soft tires. One thing I did before the race is that I did a little tire test, so I knew how long each of the tires could go. And the cautions just kind of fell my way. I knew the guys on soft tires would have to pit more than I did. And knowing that I had the speed to keep up with them, I was able to plan my strategy out and outrun them at the end. So I know I didn't get fastest lap, but I'll take a win anytime I can get it. So
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Well, you also, I wanted to add one more thing before I let Keith ask you some questions. Your battles with Slow today were probably some of the greatest ones we've seen, but also Vanilla. We had some, had some confrontation between everybody in that, big pack for second. We had Gav miss out. We had Andy blow an engine in the middle of the track. I mean, that, having seen that Andy had blown that engine, that had to feel really good because he was out in front for most of that latter half. So having him, back off a little bit and knowing that K-Force was on, the weaker tire, that had to feel good going into the end.
Andy was driving away from me, but I feel like if he was driving away from me, he had to be on softs, and I knew what K-Force was saying. He was on softs too. So when Andy blew up and K-Force his tire started going away, I knew I had it in the bag as long as the yellow didn't come out.
Absolutely. Well, Keith, would you like to ask, our great winner today some questions? I know you've got some.
oh my god, dude. Mikey, first of all, you have been talking about this for the last 7 months. Mario's series for you specifically has been a mountain to overcome to get that victory. You've come so close so many times. You've done everything right so many times. You've been up at the front so many times, and it's been taken from you. Wow. Great job. What did you do different today? What brought you to this post-race, top of the board interview with us?
Just a really fast Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Came in with a new scheme. Came in with a new scheme for this weekend, and hoped that would give me some good luck, and it did. I had a really fast race car. But I knew I had, like I said, I knew I had the speed to keep up with the softs, and I think it showed right there in the end because I was able to hold off K-Force for a really long time there, and I knew he was on the soft tire, so I had plenty of speed in that Mountain Dew Chevrolet.
I couldn't agree more, man. Just out of curiosity, what did you do to be able to maintain the pace on mediums that everybody else was maintaining on softs?
Pure talent. That's about it.
I wake up in the
to,
morning and leak excellence, right?
yeah, pure talent. That's about it. I knew the tune I was using. I knew it wouldn't drive as good on full fuel, so I set it to about 40 to 45 laps each run, and that kept the car under control for most of the race. And there was also a lot of grip on the racetrack, and yeah, that's all I can say really. 48 car was really fast. That's about it.
That is completely and totally accurate. But it's not only clear that the car itself was fast, that you were fast, but you had a strategy figured out that was absolutely dominant. Because going into the last 25 laps of the race, we could see that you had set yourself up to be able to finish the race without going into very bad tire wear, and you were at the front of the pack. How did you come to that conclusion? What did you do with your strategy?
No, like I looked at the tire test that I had before the race. I knew how long each tire could go for, so I was like, if I can stretch the medium tire to this certain lap and I can pit around this time, I know I'll have enough tire to get to the end. So I was doing a little bit of math during the race, but it helped out, and I was able to get my tire strategy just right. And the cautions kind of fell my way too.
Wow, fantastic. Who did you feel was your biggest opponent today? What made it the hardest for you to get up to the top?
Definitely jumping for sure. He was able to run with me for most of that second to last run, but I think that how I was able to get away from jumping there, because we were having a close battle for the lead before that last pit stop. I was just jumping, got caught up in some traffic, and I was able to get through the lap traffic better than he could, and that's what allowed me to get a pretty good advantage over him. And we were running pretty similar lap times as well. So, but jumping definitely my biggest competition this race. I also know slow was really fast. Gavin was really fast. Andy had a lot of speed. Same with the Rake. NASCAR was really fast, but I don't know, just had the right tire strategy at the end, and I was able to hold them off.
Fantastic, man. Well, again, congratulations, my dude. You've worked so hard for it, and it's paid off. Congratulations on me announcing it correctly this time. Your first win in the Mario's Hard Espresso series.
Oh, yeah, man, feels good. About time.
100%. Windy.
I mean, just an incredible run for you today. I mean, that's all I can really say. I mean, first win. It's got to feel great. I know you feel amazing right now. You are on top of the world, but hey, you've got Indianapolis next week to deal with.
Yep. May need to find a better tune for that, but usually I'm never like among like the fastest, but I'm pretty good at Indy. I'm usually like a 4th to 6th place guy, so so I feel pretty good about Indy as well. Maybe if I find the right tune, maybe I can get the win there too. Who knows?
Nice. Just have to wait and see. But we appreciate your time, Mikey, and thank you for coming out. And
thanks for the
congratulations
donuts
on the win.
Guys, I hope you guys. I hope we put on a good show for you two and the fans.
100%. With that, I believe we're going to introduce our second place.
Yep, second place, and you know, it would be fitting. Current points leader after this race, Mr. Jump in the Fire 88. Jump, another second place finish for you. I mean, you've got to be feeling amazing right now, dude.
Yeah, this actually feels like a hell of a win, because this has been my worst track, and before this race today, I looked up my stats, and my best finish between Dubby and Mario's was 19th, so second place was like winning the damn championship.
Well, I mean, you're the current points leader right now. I mean, Grizz obviously had a generational run, staying in, I believe, 8th on hard tires. Not hard tires, sorry, dead softs, I should say. But, I mean, overall, you ran an incredible race. I mean, you were mixing in the soft tire with the medium, a completely different strategy from Mikey. But explain your strategy to me. How did you strategize coming into Eagle Rock?
Coming in, my original strategy was to start off on mediums and then do a stint on hards and then do my last 2 stints on mediums. I know softs are always the way a lot of people like to go, but the time it takes to make a pit stop here versus the short lap times, I've always felt like just minimizing pit stops is the important part. So there, started out on mediums, and I stayed out during one caution because I was happy with how much tire wear I had. And then another caution with, I think it was, I forget what the lap was, but I knew it was halfway I was halfway through what would have been the hard tire run, so I went ahead and pit, and that's whenever I put on the soft tires. Ran those the 20 laps that they would run, and then I got back on my medium tire strategy.
Another thing that we had to worry about this race was the cautions that came out. Honestly, we didn't have a whole lot of cautions, but we did have quite a few in a row. I believe one or two of those you were involved in. It must have not felt good to get involved in those, but how did you come back from that?
Yeah, I was involved in that very first one on lap one. It looked like Andy might have just clipped the apron and then just lost control of his car and caught my left rear as I was going by. And I thought, here we go again, another Eagle Rock race. It's just going to be it's going to be another pain in the ass. But got another caution, and that was the second caution was the one that I stayed out on, and a lot more people pit than I thought would. And I got a track position. I think I restarted that one maybe it's top 6 or top 8, and then just ran those tires out till their life was gone. And about the end of that tire cycle is when the second caution came out, and I decided to go with the softs.
Interesting. So I'm going to jump in real quick. I'm interested. There were a couple of times where I saw you and Mikey together, and it really felt like you weren't applying pressure. You were sticking with Mikey and keeping the both of you two moving around the track. Did I see that correctly, or was something else happening?
Yeah, it was a mixture of both. You lose a lot of time running side by side here, so for a while I was just happy just following him, just trying to make as best lap time as I could. I believe Slow was out in the lead at that time, and he was just pulling away, so I was just, instead of fighting Mikey, I was just trying to minimize the time lost to Slow. There was a couple of times there I did try. I felt like on that second to last stint, I was a little faster than him, and he was holding he kind of got a 4 or 5 cars held up behind him, and I was trying to get under him, but he did a good job of defending the position without me getting by.
Got it. So, being the second time that you've placed second on the second race of this Mario series, is this a theme? Are you about to try to win a championship without winning a race, or what are you gonna do next time to get yourself get up to the top? Are you trying to present yourself as an underdog? What's going on here?
Pull a Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do a Matt Kenseth, just second place this thing to death and go for the old average finish. But yeah, I don't know. You have to kind of take it race by race, what obstacles are presented, and just hopefully you can figure it out on the fly. Sometimes I can make the right call. Sometimes I make a call that just the next week I'm thinking, what the hell was I thinking?
So my last thing that I'm going to bring up, you put yourself super well in qualifying here in the race to be able to start up towards the front of the pack, midfield towards the front of the pack. Obviously, you got all of that went away on the first lap whenever Andy took you to the back. So you had to drive super hard and potentially change up your strategy to get up to the front. What kept you focused on being able to stay in the game, stay locked in, to be able to get yourself here into second place today from literally the back of the field at the start of the race?
Just like I said, I was racing the racetrack, not worrying so much about the cars around me. And if a car got to my inside, I just let them go. If I got to their inside, I wouldn't. I would try to avoid low percentage moves, and for the most part, that worked out. Did have a little bit of concentration break there with Johnny as I was lapping, and I'm not sure what happened, but he slowed a lot sooner than I was expecting. I almost threw it all the way there, but
Oof.
yeah, I just hit my marks getting in, and then just stare at that white line through the center of the corner, and look for my exit markers coming off the corner.
Got it. Well, there's the keys to second place.
Yeah.
Word. Well, thanks so much, Jump. Mike, Wendy, do you have anything to add?
No, just overall, I mean, you got the best average finish right now. Let's say you keep it that way heading into Indianapolis. What do you say?
Hey, or if not, improve it by one. But like I said, I'll second place this whole to death.
Fantastic.
Absolute Matt Kensithiest quote I've ever heard in my life. But very much appreciate you, Mr. Jump in the Fire, and we'll hope to see you sometime soon.
Yes, sir. Look forward to next week.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right. And finally, third place. Somebody I had not expected at all to do well at this race. Let's bring him in. The 9 of Mr. NASCAR Baby 24. NASCAR, how are you doing? I mean, you got a podium this week? I mean, you got to be feeling really good right now, huh?
Yeah, that race was pretty solid. Had to switch up my strategy midway through, but
NASCAR, you're on the podium, dude. Are you not stoked?
I'm pretty happy, but it should have been a win.
All right.
What
kept you from it? Sorry.
I will say, you didn't get
Go
wrecked. That's the main thing.
I didn't
You
get
did
wrecked.
not
I
get
got
wrecked.
moved.
You got moved, but you didn't get wrecked. That's the key thing.
Yeah, true. I wasn't mad. Didn't accuse him of wrecking me. It's just I don't appreciate that racing that early in the race. Like, there's time for it. It was not there. But it worked out in the end.
Got it. So you said it should have been a win, and what I'm hearing from you is there was an incident specifically that kept you from the top place in the box. What incident and what lap did that happen on, if you remember? Maybe we can bring up a replay of it.
I don't necessarily remember what lap it was. At one point, I got sent 3 wide and bumped out of the way. I don't think someone called being there at the bottom of that 3 wide. Just got bumped, shifted a little backwards, then I got bumped again by another pack. I lost like 6 or so spots. Just lost ground on the guys I was racing with on the strategy that we were on.
Got it. What was your strategy? What was your plan coming into the race, and how did you alter it as things happened throughout the race?
So going in the race, I was planning on just start off on soft since I was starting towards the front, then run them out for 1 green run, then swap to mediums and go every 30 until the end of the race. If I had to switch it, I would have switched it, and then I got moved to the back. And I was planning on pitting on like lap 73, and that last caution came out like lap 69 or 70.
Mm-hmm.
And I pitted then for mediums, filled up enough gas to make it to the end, to save time on my green flag stop. Then I saw everyone pitting super early on that last run. I'm like, oh, might look into top 5 here. Then on the last few laps, K-Force popped up. I lucked into a podium, so that strategy at the end worked out. I was happy with it, so
yeah, we were watching.
Should have been a win, but
we were watching you and K4 super close because we saw the different strategies that you were both on, and I called it super early. The fact that you, Jump, and Mikey were all on the same strategy that looked to be the most dominant, and we were excited to see you take it right there on the last lap. Wendy.
Yeah, it was a good strat. I learned in my practice, found out what the life was on each tire, and it just worked out pretty well.
Word.
I mean, overall, a great run from you today. I mean, you obviously took advantage of K-Force being on the, the weaker soft tires. Overall, I mean, other than getting, bumped around early in the race, I mean, you had an incredible drive today, and I'm really, really excited to see what you can do for the rest of the season.
I appreciate it. Bet you guys put on a great show, like always.
Appreciate it, man. Well, with that, what are you going to be doing next time to better ensure your opportunity to be on the top of the box?
Just try not to get put in those crappy situations. I made a few mistakes that put me towards that pack there.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to get more comfortable on certain tunes and whatnot. Because, don't make those mistakes. You're not that 0.2 behind.
Yeah.
And you would be put in that spot.
With my last question, I'd like to ask you, who were your two biggest teammates today, and who were your two biggest enemies?
I say big teammate was Ucane's. Me and him rode together towards the end there for a while. And then I would say Skins. I was around him with this decent amount of race pretty fairly.
Ooh.
As a teammate or as
as a teammate.
Got it. Okay. I thought you were saying Skins was going to be was your biggest obstacle. And I was like, oh, interesting. I missed that, but cool. Got it. You guys are running good together.
I think for enemies, I think Grizzly hit me at one point.
Grizzly hit everybody except for the pace car. And that's only because the pace car wasn't out there.
Yeah, I think Grizz hit me at one point. Then once I find out whoever put me 3 wide, that's the other person.
Copy that, man. Well, enjoy the rewatch. Wendy, do you have anything else to add?
No, just overall a great run for me, and looking forward to next week.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate what you guys do.
Definitely. Thank you, man. With that closes out our top 3, the podium for this. Want to say, big congratulations to them. NASCAR in 3rd, Jump there in his second, and Mikey with his first win, man. What a fantastic race, dude. 125 laps. Yeah, go ahead.
Overall, incredible driving from everybody. I mean, we're just getting word now from Resident Marshal Flat. 22 incidents tonight. So not cautions. We did not have 22 cautions. I promise you that. 22 incidents total. So we have what we did at Daytona last week.
Which is fantastic, especially at a small track like this. Eagle Rock is the Forza equivalent of basically a paved dirt track. It's a little over a half mile, and it is tiny. And whenever you put this many cars into that small of a space, it is a breeding ground for incidents. And the fact that we only had 22 that were flagged today is really impressive. Some of the fastest lap times that I was seeing was a 24/7. 24/7 around Eagle Rock is just freaking cooking, man. These guys are putting it down, putting in work. The tunes are getting faster. The drivers are getting faster. The track's getting faster. And it's really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't wait to see what happens for the rest of the season. But, speaking of the rest of the season, we were talking about next week. Next week, we're going to Indianapolis. Now, I will say that, some drivers are better on this track than others, but this is one track where you have to be really precise. Like, think of, think of Daytona, but actually being able to hold it 3 wide. Indianapolis is a whole different monster. Turn 1 and Turn 4 are some of the hardest corners that we're going to have on the season this year. And while we have it up, this is the schedule for Season 3. Obviously, next week we're going to Indianapolis. The week after, we go to previous winner of this track, Rick. Go to Sunset Peninsula the 29th. And then I'll let Keith say a few of these.
Sure, yeah. We're going to wind up finding ourselves, going to 4 different tracks, as I recall. We've got Daytona, we've got Eagle Rock, we've got Indianapolis, we've got Sunset Peninsula. We're going to be cycling through those. Miami follows Sunset Peninsula there to bring us into July after a small hiatus. We're going to be taking a weekend off the first week of July for the 4th. And then we're going to be going back to Daytona, back to Sunset Peninsula, back to Miami, back to Indianapolis, back to Daytona, and then just like we did tonight, we're going to return to Eagle Rock for the season finale there on August 24th.
That is going to be a brutal bump and run fest, the season finale. I'm almost guaranteeing it.
I'm most excited to see where people are at for Miami. Miami, I feel like, is still one of those tracks that hasn't been completely optimized yet, and there's so many different lanes that you can run. It really provides some fantastic side-by-side racing and some completely unexpected instants that people have almost no control over if they're not paying attention. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Miami is going to be a heated battle between anybody that stands up top. Definite people that I would watch out for when we go to Indianapolis, though, next week. It's going to be a bumpy ride, but I am still holding strong on my prediction. I think Shoplifting will come out with the win next week. That is my prediction.
Shoplifting will come out with the win at Indianapolis. That's your prediction.
That is the prediction. That's what I've been saying all month, is that Shoplifting will win a race this season, and it's got to be Indianapolis. It's his strongest track. It's great for these tires for him. I mean, he's in a perfect position right now to win.
Super interesting. I'm stoked to see how Shoplifting performs at Indy. But what we're looking at right now is the points as of the end of the last race. So these are not your current points. These are what are going to be added to. So this is the finishing order for the last race where Grizz, Jump, and Mikey took the top 3. And it's awesome that we have both Jump and Mikey on the podium again.
Yeah, Jump going to be, I believe, just ahead of Mikey as far as points go. Mikey will obviously take second. Grizz will drop back a few spots. Andy will be dropping back pretty much to the second row of drivers, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, he ended up 21st, had a blown engine. That's not good for his standing right now. Pancake will drop back. Hawk will stay around where he is. He might drop back a few spots.
Here's the finishing order of today.
Yeah. Grizz finishing 8th, so he'll be back just a few spots there. K-Force will move up. NASCAR Baby will massively move up after this race. But yeah, it's going to be a tight-packed season for points. This it's going to be insane.
Completely agree. Yeah, man. Well, with that, I want to say thank you to Mario's Hot Espresso for, coming along this journey with us. I want to say thanks to the VRA for helping, obviously put it on.
ZRA giving us a lot of help with these drivers. Absolutely incredible racing here today at Eagle Rock. Mario's obviously the sponsor of the whole series. I mean, they helped put this on. They've helped me and Keith out. They've helped the VRA out, and we appreciate them a lot. Yeah, huge thank you to our supporters as well. We appreciate all of you.
Definitely. Well, with that, I look forward to next week at Indy.
Going between the bricks, we'll see who manages to come out alive. I'll say that.
100% out of turn 4 at least.
Yeah. Well, with that, it is once again time that we unfortunately call it a night here. It's been incredible. We spoke with the winners. We spoke with the podium. It's been a great night for everybody. We'll have everything covered Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern on the X-Wind X YouTube channel. We will be pre-race show bound Saturday. We'll go over everything from this week. Heading into Indianapolis, we'll go over who has the best shot and whatnot. We'll go over how bad Indianapolis is going to be for points. And then Sunday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, we close out the week at Indy. It's going to be a bang fest. It's going to be bump and runs everywhere. Me and Keith are going to be covering all of it. And yeah, it's going to be one hell of a ride, and we hope y'all join us there. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, Vascar VRA Twitch. We'll see y'all there, 8:30 Indianapolis. Talk to y'all later. Signing out.
Later.